Good afternoon. It is Wednesday, February 15th. And I skipped movie day yesterday, so of course that's what I want to get to today. You know, still trying to watch that movie every week. For now, I don't know. My relationship with Beth might eventually cause me to give up on, doing a movie every week, as I will have other pulls on my time that could perhaps be more important. But for now, still watching a movie, and for this week there was basically no question as to which movie it was going to be. Pulling back, last week I was like, oh, I should jump around. I don't want to keep going with Cinematic Universe, but I do this week. After watching last week, I do. This is one that I'm curious about. Like, I don't know how I'm going to feel about it. I know it should have great music, from what I know. But, like, I haven't always been the biggest fan of some of the ones that are not Earth-based, just as far as how I connect to them. And Guardians of the Galaxy, I don't think is going to be very Earth-based. But it's also, it gets one that I'm like, I have no clue. Like, I know some of the characters, of course, from, when they show up in the Avengers movies. But, like, as far as, like, what's the plot? I have no clue. I have no idea. I am quite curious, so I am going to settle in and watch Guardians of the Galaxy. And I would give Guardians of the Galaxy a 7.5 out of 10. It is very alien, except for the first couple of minutes, but quite good, quite lovable characters. Say that. It is a lovable group of characters, and that really helps sell it. The plot is, other than a small mid-credit scene for Thor: Dark World, otherwise completely unconnected to any of the Marvel Cinematic Universe before it, as far as I can tell. But I know very connected to Marvel Cinematic Universe moving forward. This movie is establishing a lot of things that are going to be very relevant. It sets up. In what is it, Avengers, we got to see Thanos. But, like, this one sets up Thanos. It really establishes. We've seen Infinity Stones by other names, but this one really establishes Infinity Stones and that Thanos wants them. Like, the plot is a single Infinity Stone and how destructive it can be, and all the different factions that want it, whether they're trying to get it to keep it away from someone or get it to someone or to use it themselves or whatever. Basically, it is also okay. So, like, before watching the movie, I read the little tagline on the poster, and it says, "All heroes start somewhere," and I'm like, what? I did not know this was, like, an origin story. I just, like, from any of, like, the marketing, the trailers, it always seems like, well, these are the Guardians of the Galaxy, and they're guarding around the galaxy, and this is just picking up their story as it relates to what's going on. Not at all. No. This is them, like, getting together. This is, when Star-Lord ends up with the Infinity Stone, and someone's up, wants him dead, captured because they're mad at him for betraying them to get it, and someone else wants the stone, and they all kind of meet in this plaza, and Gamora is trying to get the stone, and Rocket and Groot are trying to capture Star-Lord for the bounty, and they all end up captured and put in jail. Where Drax comes along, and he wants to kill Gamora, because he's really mad about, like, people that she's been working with and her father figure, but she hates both of them too. So they all team together, they break out, they try and make some money and find out that this thing that they've been going for is this Infinity Stone and how destructive it can be, and be like, okay, second thought, Quick Buck was cool, but not destroying the universe even better, 'cause we live here. Except for Rocket, who still disagrees with it, would rather make the quick buck. And they end up basically uniting with the group that's upset at Star-Lord for having, betrayed them to get it in the first place. And also the planet of the people that had, imprisoned them, who are okay with them now because they're trying to stop this guy who has the stone, whose main goal is to destroy their entire, race of people. Wipe them all out from some old grudge. And they stopped them. Big action scene, cool, lots of combat. Gamora's sister, Nebula, played by Karen Gillan, gets involved with the battle. In the end, the Guardians together, after, Groot sacrifices himself to save them all, they get the stone and together manage to use it to destroy this villain's bad guy, and then they get it put securely away so that, Thanos can't get to it. We'll see how that works. And then off they go with their, criminal record taken care of. And with their ship reconstructed. And the music is great, because the music is based on a cassette, like a mixtape from the 80s of just awesome music. And so there's lots of real awesome music in it. And it's just kind of it's got a plot that follows this Infinity Stone and setting up certain characters relevant future. But a lot of it is just these characters going from mostly antagonistic to working together to caring about each other. And that is the plot that really matters for the story. And it's fun. They're fun people. It's a small group of the 5 of them, and in the end, Groot sacrifices himself. But we see that the little sprig of him is regrowing, so that's how we are going to get more Groot moving onward. And it's cool, and I'm cool, but I know there's more of them from when they show up in Avengers later on. So it's I guess that's volume 2. I mean, we'll see. But it set up a lot of stuff. It is relevant for the universe moving forward. So that was kind of unexpected. Because it was sort of a movie of who are these people? I mean, because other than because of how little it's connected to the stuff before it, that it's only future, it just feels like a standalone sci-fi action epic, which is part of why I liked it a lot. It's good. But it's good. It's kind of... I enjoyed it, though. But I'm going to call it a night. Thank you for joining me. Join me as my journey continues.